KOIN 6 News at noon.
New information in the death of 36-year-old Renee Rodzawan Chapman. The new mother was killed by cougars over the weekend at a big cat sanctuary in Sherwood. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at noon. I'm Jenny Hansen. Carla Castano has the latest news on that story. She joins us live from the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office. Carla.
The Sheriff's Office has found that no crime has been committed. Meanwhile, the Wildcat Haven Sanctuary has released this statement just a couple of hours ago. This statement came through their attorney's office. It says they continue to grieve for Renee Rodzawan Chapman, their head keeper. They also call her death a tragic accident. Renee's body was found Saturday inside a cage with 2 cougars. In a sheriff's report, the owner says it is against sanctuary policy to go into the enclosures alone and with a hose. But Renee's mother told me her daughter had expressed concern to her boss about being left alone on the property, and the owners failed to do anything about it. Meanwhile, the statement released by the Wildcat Haven today says the sanctuary is cooperating fully with the State Occupational Safety and Health Administration and its investigation of the incident, as well as the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which is expected to conduct its annual inspection later this month. And back here live, just in a couple minutes, we are going to leave and head to Salem, where we are going to talk to OSHA, and we will have the latest on their investigation in our evening newscast. Live in Clackamas County, Carla Castano, KOIN 6 News.
Carla, thank you. And follow the story as it continues to develop on KOIN.com. And when you are on the go, check the KOIN News mobile app for the latest headlines, your local forecasts, and live video newscasts. Health officials confirm an infant has died from bacterial meningitis at Doernbecher Children's Hospital. Now, that baby was from Cowlitz County in Washington. Bacterial meningitis is a form of meningitis which infects the lining of the brain and the spinal cord. Although it's contagious, officials think this case will be isolated because the child was not in daycare. Doctors gave family members antibiotics as a precaution. Developing now, Gillum County deputies say a suspicious fire at a church in Arlington may have been the work of an arsonist. Pictures of the Arlington Church of the Nazarenes Facebook page show just how devastating this fire was. It started around 4:30 this morning. It was already fully involved by the time fire crews got there. Now, so far, authorities have not said what caused it, but they say it's definitely suspicious. We spoke with the Gillum County's Sheriff Department this morning. They say the church is believed to have been built in the 1890s, and it may be the oldest building in Arlington. This afternoon, we look deeper into vandalism at a local school. Morning anchor Alicia Esch joins us with more on that.
A difficult start to the day at the Metropolitan Learning Center. 2 windows were broken out earlier today, and 2 laptops were also stolen. We went over to the school, and while things are already cleaned up and classes got underway, officials say things like this can really inhibit learning.
It's just senseless. I mean, it takes away from our mission of helping these students every day learn. So now we're going to have to focus on replacing the windows, replacing the laptops, and our teachers do so much anyway. This is just a real deterrent from what they do on an everyday basis.
We did ask what the cost of these repairs and the replacements will be, but at this time officials are just not sure. But they are asking you, going forward, to report anything suspicious that you see at any school at any time to police. For KOIN 6 News, Alicia Esch.
Thanks, Alicia. We have some new video of the semi-truck accident that shut down Columbia Boulevard in North Portland this morning. Take a look. That crash happened around 9:30 near the intersection of Burgard Road. Fire officials say the hazmat team came and helped clean up diesel that spilled when that truck turned over. No one else was hurt. Now, police are investigating. We just checked and learned Columbia Boulevard is back open to traffic this afternoon. A Vancouver man is facing some life-threatening injuries after a late-night crash in a neighborhood near Clark College. It happened just before midnight near the corner of Norris Road and 18th Street. Brent Weisberg spoke with a witness who says he saw several possible suspects run from the scene.
As Eric Blakemore got ready for bed,
I was on the computer.
He heard a noise.
And our apartment's shut.
It came from outside his window last night just before midnight.
And I came outside to see what was going on.
It was a chaotic scene with several people surrounding the car.
And there was 2 guys and a girl.
He didn't get a chance to talk with them because in the amount of time it took him to throw on a pair of shoes, the people had scattered.
They were in a hurry to get out of here.
He yelled at them to come back.
I went around to the back side of the car to get the plate number, and then I also noticed a body that was laying on the ground.
He tried to help the victim, but that's right about the same time when police and paramedics arrived. Police originally this morning told us that they thought the man had been shot, but now they don't know how he suffered the traumatic head injury. But they do say he was not hit by the vehicle and wasn't driving the car either. His injuries are considered life-threatening.
My neighbor said she heard a shot.
Detectives say the incident was not gang-related, which does surprise Eric. He says this area is a known hotspot for gang activity. Eric says what did surprise him was the fact that no one tried to stop and help the 39-year-old victim.
They were trying to get away.
Reporting in Vancouver, I'm Brent Weisberg, KOIN 6 News.
New at noon, a week-long delay in the case of a 6th grader accused of plotting a mass shooting at a Vancouver middle school. The 11-year-old boy was supposed to be in court today, but the prosecutor and defense attorneys received some new documents last night that they need to go over. This is video from one of his previous court hearings. According to new court documents, the boy was planning on shooting several people, not just one student as originally thought. A new court date has been set for November 19th. A Portland nanny accused of driving drunk with 4 young children in her car faced a judge today. Police say Jennifer Baker had a blood alcohol level more than 3 times the legal limit when she picked the kids up from school in October. They say she then sped through Northeast Portland. At one point, they say she sideswiped a cyclist, then stopped the car and passed out. Court records show she was arrested for driving under the influence earlier this year in Washington County and in 2011 in Las Vegas. The FBI says that this is the face of a suspected child predator, and they need the public's help to bring him to justice. Now, right now, he's only known as John Doe 27, but he may go by the name Jimmy. These images were taken from a video where he engaged in sexually explicit activities with a child. Oregon's FBI says they're not sure what state he's in, but they're hoping these images help people identify him. They say his male pattern baldness, the way he wears a ring on his right hand, and his distinct plaid armchair are all clues. Well, the situation is turning desperate in the Philippines as help is slowly starting to arrive. Millions of people are struggling to survive the devastation left by Typhoon Haiyan. Almost 2,000 are confirmed dead, and that number is certain to rise. Tina Kraus has the latest.
The Filipino military struggled to keep order at Tacloban's airport. 800,000 people were evacuated in advance of the typhoon, and many of those who remain are now trying to get out.
Everything is gone. Our houses, everything. There's nothing to eat. There's nothing to drink.
The typhoon damaged or destroyed an estimated 23,000 homes, displacing more than 600,000 people. Many of the dead remain unburied. This woman says rescuers have not come back in days and asks why haven't they returned to recover the bodies. Severe food and water shortages are adding to the crisis. Aid organizations like the Red Cross and Team Rubicon are beginning to arrive. Local doctors say they're running low on medicine, and more U.S. military help is coming.
We're going to go as fast as we possibly can and get there as soon as we can to help people in need.
The George Washington Strike Group is on its way from Hong Kong, and at Tacloban's airport, C-130 cargo planes are flying in tons of food, water, and other supplies. But with Tacloban in ruins, many are still waiting for help. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Local Mercy Corps volunteers are lending a helping hand to the Philippines. Many of them are experts in water, sanitation, and logistics. Well, they're planning to fly out tomorrow morning to help the victims. Also, volunteers with Medical Teams International in Portland are putting together packages. Those will provide enough medicine to help 20,000 Filipinos for 6 months. Now, if you'd like to help, we have a list of links that you can donate to on our website, KOIN.com. Environmentalists are not going to be happy about this, where a dump truck overturned into a river. And some amazing video of what it's like to be in the middle of a fire straight from a firefighter's helmet cam. Plus, researchers in the Northwest say they know how to tell if a guy is really in love with you, and it's all in his walk. That's up next.
And here's a look at the radar. We've been seeing some drizzle in the area and plenty of clouds, but if you're headed to the Winterhawks game tonight, they play the Thunderbirds. Expect spotty drizzle with temperatures in the lower 50s. The rest of your forecast coming right up.
A Southwest Washington woman is in fair condition in a Portland hospital after she was attacked by a pit bull. 89-year-old Bernita Kessler was on her daily walk when neighbors say she saw the dog and then reached her hand inside of the fence. That dog is now in 10-day quarantine. The Cowlitz County Animal Control will decide if the dog should be surrendered or put down. Tomorrow marks the one-year anniversary of a Eugene baby's death, and now police say they have evidence the 4-month-old was shaken to death. Detectives have not released the name of the baby or its parents. Authorities say the child suffered significant brain trauma from being shaken. They are waiting on a written report from the medical examiner before releasing any more information, and as soon as we have that, we will bring it to you. Also in Southwest Washington, the Clark County SWAT team arrested a 73-year-old domestic violence suspect after a 4.5-hour standoff. David Simmons is accused of assaulting his live-in caretaker with a knife. Amy Mason is now at Peace Health Medical Center. Deputies say more charges may be filed after a search of Simmons' home. Caught on camera, New York police save a life on the Verrazano Bridge. They say the man was suicidal and climbed out onto the outer cables of the bridge. That's when officers suited up in safety harnesses went out to talk with him. The man told them he was upset that he was unemployed and couldn't provide for his family. The officers then grabbed him and pulled him to safety. A Florida river is a little trashier after a dump truck rolled over and spilled its contents into the water. Rescue crews worked fast to save the driver, who is believed to be a construction worker. He was taken to the hospital in fair condition. No word yet, though, on what caused him to go off the road. A San Francisco area fire department has released this stunning new video of what it's like to be in the thick of a house fire. The firefighter's helmet camera captured all of the action. Christian Ayers has that story.
A gas leak ignited by lamps used for a pot grow. A firefighter's helmet camera captured everything.
Hey, I want it right here.
Flames were shooting out of 3 windows of this house on Altamont Road in San Leandro when firefighters arrived.
Get up there.
They point a hose inside, cooling the fire. But as the flames die down, inside it's an entirely different story. The house is built on a hill with 2 floors underground. Firefighters descend the steps into an opaque nightmare.
Hey, what's up? It's Anthony.
This is where things get even more dangerous. Smoke so thick the firefighters can hardly see. The stairway acting as a chimney. They unleash more hoses and knock out windows. When the smoke clears, the home looks to be a loss. But the man who lives here is alive with only minor burns. 2 of his dogs died in the fire.
Well, not much of a surprise, but Justin Timberlake has been named one of GQ's 5 Men of the Year. Find out who else made the list. And taking a look outside, it's cloudy, it's misty, just kind of yucky overall. Meteorologist Riley O'Connor will be back with what else is in store in your forecast. Well, here's an interesting study. A man's love may not just be in his kiss. Seattle scientists say that men start walking slower when they're in love. They asked 22 people to walk around a track alone with a partner and with members of the same and opposite sex. Well, they found that when they were walking with a significant other, men slowed their pace to match the females. Scientists say this bonding moment did not happen with other pairings. Well, Well, from the men who love to the men we love, GQ has released their list of the Men of the Year. Justin Timberlake is featured on one of 5 feature covers, and it gives an in-depth interview answering questions about his acting career. Now, also featured on the cover is rapper Kendrick Lamar and actors Matthew McConaughey, Will Ferrell, and the late James Gandolfini. The magazine's hit newsstands November 19th. I would have to go with Will Ferrell in that one, just my personal opinion. You're looking a little bit Ron Burgundy-ish with the mustache. We've been telling everyone about November. Right. I think you'll probably talk about that in a little bit.
I'm hearing on Facebook, the friends are saying it too, you know, so I just take it as a compliment.
So the weather, not so, I don't know that people are probably complimenting you on that today.
You know, it's a little gray. We saw the saw the rain this morning that's tapered to some light showers, but we've been seeing a lot of clouds this afternoon, even some spotty drizzle and some fog. So as we plan the rest of your day out, I don't think we're going to get much in the way of sun breaks. And I started to add them in right closing in before 5 o'clock or so, but then the sun set. So I think that will be generally about it. We are going to keep the clouds around. Now, if you're headed out this evening, we could see some spotty drizzle through about 7 or 8 o'clock. Otherwise, we'll be mostly cloudy. Now, highs will top off right around 56 degrees. And by 9 p.m., we'll be right around 50. It'll be a slow cool down because of all the clouds that we're seeing outside. So let's go back and show you the showers that have moved through the area this morning. They have since moved on. Now, we're still dealing with a little light shower activity along the foothills and along the Cascades, but you could see the amount of clouds. I did check out the ODOT camera out towards Seaside, and they were getting some sun breaks earlier today, but most of us are really dealing with the clouds, and you could see a lot of low-level moisture right now, some fog out there, even some drizzle. 52 degrees in Portland with an east-southeast wind at about 9 miles per hour, so we're dealing with less winds than what we saw yesterday. Visibility-wise, out towards Hillsborough, you could see some of that light fog down towards Aurora and McMinnville. Salem right now, visibility is looking good, but you're still seeing plenty of clouds and some fog in the area. Now, rain amounts this morning about 2,300, just slightly under a quarter in Portland, more down towards Eugene, about 4/10, and around 1,100 out towards Astoria and the Dalles. And we've been seeing some spotty showers out towards the eastern parts of the state. Temperature-wise, we're 55 at Bend right now, slightly warmer out towards Astoria, 58, 57 in Salem, and Hood River at 52 degrees right now. It's been breezy, too, out towards the gorge with those east-southeast winds up to around 40 miles per hour today. So here's a look at Cannon Beach and Haystack Rock, 54 degrees, and so far you've picked up about 0.12 of an inch. So you can see the clouds still out in that area. What happened is we had a frontal boundary that moved in. Now we're starting to get some onshore flow right now, but that's really pushed majority of the precipitation out of here. Still can't rule out maybe a few pop-up showers or some spotty drizzle throughout the day, and I think that's what we'll see. So let's go ahead and time your rain and cloud forecast out. I'm going to go ahead and stop the clock right around 6 o'clock. Again, most of us will be dry, maybe a few breaks in the clouds and a few spotty showers trying to make it in here. Otherwise, we'll stay dry overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, there is a slight chance for some light rain showers up towards the North Shore tomorrow morning. I think that'll end most likely afternoon, and then we will see a few sun breaks coming in by the late afternoon. So by 5 o'clock, we'll have a dry commute home from work. We should stay mostly cloudy, though, again, with some sun breaks in the late afternoon. 56 for downtown today with a low near 46. Again, we'll see some spotty drizzle, maybe a pop-up shower. That will be on the light side. Otherwise, we'll be mostly cloudy, and most of our temperatures will fall between about 56 and 58 degrees with our lows in the mid-40s tonight, right around Salmon Creek with a low near 46. Spotty showers or drizzle out towards the coast, maybe a few sun breaks out there, a little breezy too. Winds are from the west-south of west up to around 20 miles per hour. We'll stay mostly cloudy, patchy fog through the valley, and you'll see fog developing tonight. East of the mountains, still a chance of some spotty showers, and the winds will start to lighten up in the gorge. Are going to become more of a west-north-westerly direction tonight, and down by Government Camp right around 44 degrees, and our snow levels will start to drop a little bit, but those showers should be out of here, so we're not looking for anything in the way of accumulations for tomorrow morning. So some spotty showers early in the morning. Otherwise, we'll be mostly cloudy. Again, those shower chances will be up in the north. We'll be partly sunny on Thursday. Temperatures cool a little bit by Friday with some spotty showers trying to develop, and Saturday does look like we'll see that rain moving back in. Sunday right now looking dry into Monday with temperatures in the lower 50s.
You know what I hate about the drizzle is that I always feel not cool when I put my hood up, because then people are like, oh, what a wimp, you know? I mean, it's not raining that hard, but it does a lot to the hair.
You know, I wear a hoodie all the time.
I know you do. Yeah.
My favorite thing, that and a hat.
Yeah, and your mustache.
Right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Well, up next, a big development in the return of arena football to Portland. What the new team will be called when we come back. Coming up this afternoon at 4, some alarming research finds that a type of metal in some cell phones is linked to an increased risk of stroke. We'll have details. Plus, how embattled Toronto Mayor Rob Ford was received at an event similar to Veterans Day in Canada, and why he's hawking a bobblehead featuring his likeness. And Bill Cosby is trying to line up some projects. Could it be another Cosby show? What he has in the works today at 4. We have some new details for you in the return of arena football to Portland. This morning, the team announced they will be called the Portland Thunder. The city's previous AFL team, the Forest Dragons, left after 3 seasons in the 90s to play in Oklahoma City. The Thunder will play at the Moda Center. The Thunder is probably a stronger name than Forest Dragons, right?
I like it.
I think so, too. Yeah. All right, so missed today.
A little drizzle out there, and otherwise cloudy.
All right, have a great day.